Okay, my friends, let's try these last few here and talk about the COCC Foundation scholarships, which I'm a huge fan of. Okay, create a scatter plot for fees as a function of academic year starting. Okay, let's get back. Here we are. I'm going to delete this scatter plot and create a new one. So we're going to do fees. So we're going to use this one and this one. I think I can just select the columns. Let's find out. Insert chart. Okay, I can, but it's still not understanding that I want a scatter plot. There we go. Okay, and I think the question was, should I put a best fit line on this? Should we add a linear trend line? Why or why not? I would not, dear friends. I mean, look at this. It doesn't look like a line. It looks like a dinosaur, actually. The top half of a brachiosaurus. Yeah, it doesn't do like the tuition data was that kind of, it was linear. It looked like a line. This looks like a bunch of segments that are not linear. So I shouldn't say that. The individual pieces are, but I don't think one line does a good job of actually representing, what's going on here. Okay, so I would not. And that just tells us that when COCC changes fees, they tend to change them and then let them sit for a while. They sit for a while, jump, sit for a while, jump, 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 sit, jump, sit. It's not like tuition that kind of creeps up slowly over time. Okay, create column D by adding the values in B and C. Oh, yeah. So this is the one where, I'm going to delete this. So this is tuition plus fees. So this is what you actually pay per credit. If you're in district, you pay $54, but you also pay this weird little fee of $350 back in 23. And yeah, you know what? That autofill's legit. Okay, so that's what a student is actually paying per credit. Fees went from $3.50 a credit up to what y'all are paying right now as I record this in 2024, early 2024, 1925. Okay, so we do A and D, make a scatter plot, insert chart. Is it going to learn? Nope. Scatter plot. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, that looks an awful lot like the one we had before. And that actually makes sense. The fees are a little tiny chunk of the tuition. So I do believe that this is linear enough to add a trend line to. Do I want you to? Yes. Yeah, we are going to do that. Give me a second here. So we're going to double click customize series, trend line, label with the equation. And that bumps, check out the slope, that bumps the slope up to $4.06 a year. So pure in-district tuition goes up $3.26 a year. But once you add fees on, that actually adds an additional 80 cents per year. So on average, the fees are increasing 80 cents per year, which means that the actual tuition and fees is going up $4.06 per year. Ha! All right, there we go. Got some information out of that. Complete column F. Now, the foundation scholarship assumes a student is taking 36 credits per, I'm going to put year in there because that's supposed to be there, per year. Then compare columns D and F. How is the foundation doing in keeping pace with the cost of in-district tuition? Oh, okay. All right. I see what I'm asking here. So we're going to take the foundation award given in 2003 and divide it by 36 because that award is for 36 credits. And we're going to copy that puppy dog down. So now what I'm asking you to do is I'm asking you to look at just columns D and F. And my question is a very open-ended one. How is the foundation doing? So look at what it costs to go to school for a tuition and fees per credit in 2003, and look at what the award is being given. You know what I'm going to do right here? I'm going to subtract them. I'm going to do difference between cost and award. A little bit of fun here. This is kind of what we do in statistics classes when we're looking for changes. I'm going to take the actual cost and subtract the amount of the award. I'm going to copy that down. Now, let me explain what I'm doing here. If this number is positive, that means that what tuition costs is more than what the foundation is giving you. So in other words, in 2003, they were short $3.33 per credit. It got worse in 2004. they're not giving $4.33 enough per credit. It got even worse in 2005. Now, the reason for that, of course, is because the foundation award stayed the same while the tuition went up. But then the foundation had a realization in 2006, and they said, hey, we better give the students some more money now. And look what happens now. It goes negative. And the reason it's negative is because they're giving more than the cost of tuition and fees. A negative number here is a good thing, huh? Negative here is good. Then it goes back to positive because, again, the award stayed $2,500 all the way up to here. It switched back to positive. Then COCC made a switch. The foundation said, let's give them $2,900. Didn't quite make it negative, but it did knock it down to 19 cents difference, which is trivial. Then they bumped it up again, $300 the next year, which forced it back to negative for another 4 years. So here's what I see. I'm getting in the weeds here a little bit with the numbers. Here's what I see. I see that the foundation is actually doing a really good job of keeping these numbers very close to zero. Whenever they can, they're knocking the numbers back to zero. When it starts getting too positive, they say, let's increase the prize. Let's knock it back. Oh, it's getting too positive again. Let's knock it back. Oh, it's getting too positive again. Let's knock it back. When it goes from positive to negative, you can almost bet that the size of the foundation award just went up. So as I said in your at the end of the notes here, I'm a huge fan of the COCC Foundation. I'm such a fan of the foundation, actually, that I started a band called F&A, which is made up of faculty and administrators at COCC who write, record, and release music, sometimes videos. We collect download donations from these songs, and all the money we collect goes straight to COCC Foundation scholarships. Please let me know if I can help you in any way if you have more questions about the foundation. Like I said, I'm like their biggest fan. Okay, that's enough right now. Why don't you try the Kitten Lab and the Kitten Homework?